All right, what's going on, everybody? So today is August 6th, 2024. We're going to go over the post-market close analysis. And today we took two trades and we ended up losing one trade. But on the winner trade, I only entered half of a position. So we are technically just break even for the day. But overall, it was a great trading day. There was also a beautiful A+ setup on US 30 that just happened around 2 p.m. Central Time. It was an absolutely beautiful trade. I just didn't take it because I was away from the charts. But I'm going to show you how beautiful this trade was. So that way you can look for this setup every single time. And if you just follow the strategy, you will be profitable. Okay. So first things first, we're going over gold. I did mention that I was bearish. I was waiting for price to come to our area of interest and reject those areas, which it did. It rejected off of this zone here, this 1 hour zone, but there was no entry. It tapped our 1 hour zone perfectly up here, but there was no entry confirmation. There was few fair value gaps, but we never got a retracement into those zones, so we didn't enter a trade. NAS 100, there was a lot of trading opportunities, but I'll go over the first trade that I took, and then I'll go over the second trade, which was a losing trade. Okay, so I was expecting price to be bearish. I was just waiting for price to tap into our 1 hour area of interest, which it did here. It tapped our zone and it gave us this nice doji candle rejection. Once we got this candle rejection, we got this supply set up here and we left the fair value gap right here. We also broke structure to the downside, indicating that price is going to reverse from this area. So when price came to this 50% line of the fair value gap, I entered the trade with the stops above this previous candle swing high, and I went for a 1 to 3. So that's what it looked like. I put stops above, take profit below, and as you can see, it was a beautiful trade setup. And that was the first one. That was the first winner that I took, right? But then I saw this setup. I saw more structure being broken to the downside. We broke this structure here. We're still close enough to our 1 hour area of interest. And I was going to target down here to these lows, or at least these lows down here. So what I did was I saw this fair value gap and I entered at the 50% line of this fair value gap. I went for stops up here at this previous candle swing high, and I went for a 1 to 3. Mind you, I was paying attention to this previous swing low, but I just had a feeling that price was going to eventually come down to this level. It didn't, but this is what happened. So I entered the trade right around this area here, and then the market opened. And when the market opened, you're going to see what happened. So we got triggered into the trade here, and then the market opened, wicked us out, didn't even close above the fair value gap. It literally just wicked us out. And then when I saw this candle right here close exactly like this, I opened another position. I opened a whole another position. I risked another 1%. But I immediately closed it, and the reason why is because at this point I was revenge trading. Even though that the setup is still valid because we didn't get a candle closure above the fair value gap, it's still a valid trade also because we got this beautiful rejection and it was New York open. But a lot can happen. This trade could have easily went back the other direction, and then I would have been down 2% instead of 1%. So I opened the trade and I immediately closed it, and I locked myself out of Top Step. If you guys don't know, Top Step has a feature where you can lock yourself out so you can't trade until the next day. So I closed it. I locked myself out, and then immediately this happened. We immediately shot to a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Like it was a beautiful trade. The only thing is that we got wicked out. Like we got wicked out here. We didn't even close above our stop loss, and then we just rejected it and went straight to TP. And to be honest, This is going to this has happened to me numerous times, especially when I enter a trade before the market open. That's why from here on out, I'm going to take this as a lesson. This happened to me about a week ago as well, but I'm going to take this as a lesson. All my trades, I'm going to close it at least 5 minutes before the market opens. I'm going to close my trades. I'm going to wait for market to open. And then depending on how that candle closes, I'll probably wait 5 minutes after, and then I will re-enter a position if I am able to at that point in time. But I'm done holding trades through market open because this happens to me a lot. This happened to me exactly on NAS 100 last week as well. And SPX had the same exact trade, but on SPX, it didn't wick out. It was a perfect just drop from this area here. So, you know, that's one of the things that I have noticed. NAS 100 during the market open, it freaking like just it looks for your stop loss, it finds your stop loss, and it goes to take profit. SPX does a better job of not doing that. So we're just gonna have to be, you know, on the lookout for that. Anyways, that was all the two trades that I took this morning. And then you're gonna see that there was more trading opportunities today. Today was a great day for trades. There was definitely more trading opportunities. I'm about to show you another trade setup here in NAS 100. So here it is right here. This is another trade opportunity here that you could have taken. As you can see here, we are rejecting this 1 hour area of interest. We broke structure to the downside. We left two strong fair value gaps. At this point, you're going to have to decide which fair value gap are you going to take. So what I would have done in this situation, there's two big fair value gaps. I would have entered half of a position as soon as market came and tapped this 50% line or just below that 50% line. And then I would have put stops above, and then I would have came down to at least a 1 to 3. But you got to just read the market. You got to learn how to read the market. That's why back testing is so crucial. But I would have done something like this, maybe like a 1 to 2. Just because our stops are so wide. And if we would have gotten another push into this fair value gap, I would have entered a full position. So let's look. We got tapped in here. You could have put your stop loss above, take profit below. And as you can see, boom, your stop loss, your stop profit could have been hit, and it just continues to melt. And it's all the way down here. You probably got to call it a 1 to 3 if you held it. Well, it still hasn't hit a 1 to 3 technically, but very powerful stuff. That's why you got to follow the strategy. SPX 500, this is the trade right here. This is basically the same thing as NAS 100. US 30, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful textbook trade. I wish I would have. This is why setting your alerts, set your alerts, set your alerts, set your alerts, set your alerts. If you have an area of interest, click on the freaking thing, set an alert, and then that way you can monitor price once price taps into that area. We got tapped into this beautiful 1 hour area of interest that I marked off here. We got a strong supply setup rejection, creating the 3 candle formation, which is the best formation when you're entering supply and demands. We left this beautiful fair value gap. We had this really nice break of structure to the downside. We had every indication to enter this trade. All you had to do was enter at the 50% line, and then you could have taken it to 1 to 4. But as you can see, this didn't even make it to the 50% line. That's why you got to be able to read the market. Read what the market is doing. Read what the market is doing. You could have entered easily at this strong bearish candle here. You could have even entered after, look at this doji candle here. You could have entered after this doji candle here for more confirmation. You could have entered at that doji candle right there. You could have entered at this bearish engulfing candle there. You could have put your stops down here. Like, there were so many entry confirmations that you could have taken this trade. I would have definitely just honestly, as soon as price gets, if I'm monitoring the trade, if I'm not setting a limit trade, I'm going to enter. Once price enters the fair value gap and I see any kind of rejection, I am entering that trade all day as long as we meet our criteria. But this is a beautiful A+ setup trade you could have taken. So for tomorrow, this is what I'm going to be looking at. Let me hide this. Okay, so for tomorrow, I'm still bearish on gold, and Probably gonna be looking like something like this. If price enters any one of these areas here, I'm gonna go for sells. NAS 100. I'm gonna fix all this drawing. Okay, so what I'm looking for is okay. This is what I'm looking for sells for NAS 100. I'm definitely not going to be bullish at all for NAS 100 until I see strong bullish momentum. And to be honest, I would want to see price to do a huge pullback up to like, to be honest, I want to see it break this previous high here before I even think about buying. Because right now it's definitely bearish. I'm gonna go for sells, and we'll just have to see what tomorrow when the market opens. We'll just have to see what it does, because I have no clean market structure to be able to point out for a clean break for for it to be flipping bearish to bullish. Because right here we got a double bottom here technically, but I will not consider this bullish. I would rather consider this bullish if we get a breakdown here, we get a retest, we get another breakdown, breaking this lower low, then we flip and break this previous lower high, then I will look for buys for something like that. SPX, same thing. I'm going to adjust my zones like this. I'm liking these zones. Anything on these zones, I'm going for sells. US 30, I'm not going to touch my zones. I'm probably going to add a minor zone here. Let me see. So, boom. This is a minor zone for tomorrow. If we get a retest into this area here, I'm going to look for that 5-minute supply setup and then take it to the downside to this level here. So this is what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. All right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave your comment and thoughts down below. Also, join the free Discord. It's absolutely free. I trade every single morning at 6:45 Central Time. I usually trade for about 2 hours before I go to work. So join the Discord. It's absolutely free. Okay. It's in the description, and I'll see you on tomorrow's market close analysis video.